very much. So, in the context of Vietnam, Agent Orange is a very serious problem, and their social protection program doesn't only cover the COVID, but also takes into account the serious needs of the Agent Orange victims. And we see that education has a very important aspect in the social protection program, and in order also to meet the needs, or in order to deliver this program, not only did they allocate or do they allocate a big percentage of budget for this program, but they also have contributions from other countries. So the principle of solidarity also plays in realization of the social protection program. Just also to share very briefly about the case of the Philippines. Mr. Mohammed wasn't able to share with you that Vietnam was, 6% is quite high. 6% of GDP for social protection programs is quite high. In the Philippines, unfortunately, only 2% of GDP is being spent for social protection programs. And before 2008, in that year, when we started this comprehensive forum, very comprehensive, but this conditional tax transfer program, much of the social protection programs in the Philippines are minimal safety nets. And most of the social protection programs are still based on contributions. And that is being acquired or people are able to access the social security system, which we had early on during the time of Marcos. Unfortunately, the social protection system or social security system we have is inaccessible. It is inadequate and unaffordable for many people. Most of those who are able to access the benefits from the social security system are those in the formal sector, which is 79% of those members of the social security system. And then only 19% are now are also able to access it through their individual or voluntary contributions. And unfortunately, even when they have these contributions in the social security system, the coverage is still lacking. The very minimal amount is given for health care or health benefits, also for maternity benefits. Unfortunately, in Southeast Asia, only the Philippines now has 2 months maternity benefits compared to other countries, which already have 3 months maternity benefits. And for calamity and unemployment, the people or members of social security system can have loans. And this is the contributory system of social protection. The other one is the non-contributory, and this is it's not institutionalized. It depends on the situation. For instance, when there are calamities, natural calamities, like El Nino or typhoons or floods, there is that food rationing or water rationing in areas affected. And that's part of social protection of the government, because safety net measure, which is not a regular thing. We also have this feeding program in the schools, but that's also not a regular program by the government. So it depends on who is seated or who is in power. And recently in 2008, when we experienced this very high electricity rate, which made the Philippines now among the highest electricity rates in the world, the government, in order to appease the people, gave this cash transfer. Worth of 500 pesos per household, but that's one time to cushion the impact of electricity rates. And also, when we had the rise for food prices, the government have that voucher where the holder can avail of rice per kilo at a lower price from the National Food Authority. So these kinds of programs are based on the will, or based on the prerogative of the official seated in power, and also based on how strong the clamor from the people is. But what we want in the Philippines is not just to have 500 pesos to ensure us electricity, or to have water trucks to go to our houses to provide us water. What we want is to ensure the basic requirements in order to live, to ensure us access to healthcare. And that's why we are pushing for universal healthcare. And it's not just based on our contribution, but as citizens, we should be able to have healthcare when we need it, from birth until from birth to I hope we don't from birth till death, but we hope that our life will be longer. So also for water, we are not satisfied with just this rationing. We want a guarantee that water is available for all, especially the poor people who are not delivered with water by the private companies because it's not profitable for them to provide water pipes or to lay down water pipes in their area. These are rights of the people, and the government has to ensure that these rights are enjoyed or are realized or fulfilled. And just recently, in 2008, I mentioned earlier the conditional cash transfer system. While there are many critics about this program, by the way, got the high budget from the government. It was given in 3 years' time. It was already able to have about 80 billion pesos, and it started or projected to have around 120 billion, compared to a budget for health, which is only 2 to 5 billion pesos a year. So there are many criticisms about the conditional cash transfer. While it wants to ensure access to education or healthcare by people, but this does not guarantee that even those targeted people to benefit this are able to really have this money or this education or this healthcare, because it must be linked with the other programs of the government. Some studies have already been made that show this system is not really working. So many of the targeted beneficiaries are not able to realize this conditional cash transfer is patterned to the Bolsa Familia of Brazil, where the mothers have to bring their children, the primary raised children, and when they are pregnant, they have to get consultation or to go to clinics. And or the children have to go to the classroom, to the schools, in order for them to get the monthly cash transfer. However, in many areas, the poor areas, especially in the provinces, they don't have clinics, they don't have hospitals, and there are no schools that are close to them. So it becomes more expensive for mothers to go to the school or to the clinic. And what they can get from this conditional cash transfer is not enough to the cost that they will have in bringing their children to the school because it's too far from their house, or to go to the clinic because it's not available in their immediate community. So these are some of the loopholes of this conditional cash transfer program. Whereas if we make it a universal system, well, this is a matter of cash transfer and also ensuring that the mothers or the children are able to really go to the schools. But it has to go with the other programs of the government. It has to be integrated in the development strategy. That's why it shouldn't be taken separately. It should be working together, and this projection or the trajectory of this social protection is not just to be like a safety net, to serve as a safety net, but it is really working towards poverty eradication, and like what Income said, planting the seed in realizing a comprehensive social protection program and the universal system. That also would maximize the resources of the government through having a more cohesive social policy. For instance, the universal healthcare system in Thailand, they started this program when they don't have that much need. But that was their vision, and they worked towards that. They started from what? From their idea or from their notion that this is what the people needed, or this is what the people need at the time. So even when they don't have enough resources, they really work towards achieving universal healthcare. And that's what we're also calling on our government to first look at what the people really need and work towards that. It's not acceptable anymore to say that there are no finances available. There are already many cases that prove otherwise, that it is doable. Okay, so other aspects of social protection are also provided by the businesses or the other private sector. Unfortunately, for instance, in transportation, the drivers, the informal workers, are also subsidizing the cost of social protection. In Thailand, the transportation, the government provides subsidies or discounts for people to be able to get a good transportation system or ensure their transportation. But in the Philippines, it's the drivers, the company, the jeepney, it's the mass transportation, the jeepney drivers, the jeepney system. The owner of the jeepney bears the cost of providing transportation subsidy because students and the elderly are given discounts. So they bear the cost when they also have little income. And this is also another thing that the government should look into. Another, well, there are improvements in our social protection system, but still a lot of things have to be done. And we should start first with the perspective that it is a right and it should be for everybody. So that's what we are wanting to emphasize to our government, and it also requires a lot of work in the social movement, especially from the left, from the more progressive groups in the society. People don't realize this as a right. They have come to know about this as something that is given by their politicians. So when they are sick, many people would line up to the offices of the mayor, the governor, or the congressman. And these politicians are taking advantage of this system. And we don't want that to continue. We see social protection as something that can actually bring this power and balance when people realize that it is their right and they claim it. Then they bring this system of patronage politics, which takes advantage of this minimalist social protection system. And so that's why we want to work really in educating people that first is a right, and second, that people have to be part of the planning, design, and implementation, and then working towards working with the other policymakers. Sorry, I am the moderator, but I have to open that. So I will stop at that, and then okay, the issue of the distribution is very important, and the principle of social justice is always the central principle that is being followed in pursuing the social protection program. That's why we want it to be a transformative kind of social protection. So now we go to the next speaker.